In this module, we will further discuss plant-based diets. Plant-based diets are a key component of nutrition for cancer risk reduction. There's not one uniformly accepted definition of a plant-based diet. Many people hear plant-based diet and assume that it means vegan, vegetarian, or only eating vegetables. The key word to plant-based diets is based. There is room for meat, poultry, seafood, eggs, and dairy intake, provided that most of the diet is comprised of whole and minimally processed plant foods. For prevention purposes, your diet is considered plant-based if at least 2/3 of the food you eat is whole and minimally processed plant foods, 1/3 or less animal foods. Here are some ideas to help make your diet more plant-based. Keep a package of salad greens like spinach, baby kale, or romaine lettuce in your fridge at all times. These can be added to any meal to increase your plant intake. Maybe you cook them with your scrambled eggs in the morning. At lunch, you might add them to a meat and cheese sandwich. At dinner, you may add to a burger or on top of a pizza, or maybe even just put a few handfuls of greens on your plate. Serve your hot food on top of that, and then you'll have a side of wilted greens. Replace animal products in any dish with a vegetable. For instance, black beans instead of ground beef in tacos, hummus, cucumber, and tomato slices on a sandwich instead of meat and cheese, or dice roasted vegetables and mix them into marinara sauce instead of sausage or meatballs. Now, a plant-based diet does take some more work than just going through the drive-thru every day, so always try to stay one step ahead. Whenever you chop up vegetables to cook them, reserve some raw cut veggies as a snack for the next day. Anytime you're cooking vegetables, think about cooking a double batch to have leftovers or to reincorporate in another dish. In my household, leftover salad is one of our favorite lunches. When we roast vegetables for dinner at night, we make a second helping. We add them to those salad greens that we keep in the fridge with some beans or nuts, and then we have a quick, easy salad for lunch the next day. Two great websites, including a lot of plant-based recipes, include cookforyourlife.org. This is run by our team at Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center and is staffed by a registered dietitian who formerly worked at SCCA. Also, we have on the screen the AICR, or American Institute for Cancer Research, their website full of great recipes. I also have a list for you of my favorite plant-based cookbooks that I use all the time in my kitchen at home. Variety is going to be one of the key components of a plant-based diet, with the more variety you have, offering you better cancer risk reduction. I'd like to offer you a few suggestions to help achieve variety and stay consistent with cancer risk reduction guidelines throughout your week. For vegetables, eat multiple different colored vegetables every day: green, yellow, orange, red, white, purple, and so on. Aim to eat vegetables matching each color stripe in the rainbow over the course of the week, and be sure to include 3 things every week. Cruciferous vegetables. These are vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, or Brussels sprouts. Allium vegetables. These include onions, garlic, leeks, shallots, chives, and scallions. And leafy greens: spinach, kale, chard, arugula, romaine, even iceberg lettuce. Include some leafy greens throughout the course of every week. Enjoy your vegetables as a part of all meals and snacks, whether they're cooked or raw. Roasting, steaming, sautéing, stir-frying, and briefly microwaving are all preferred cooking methods. Avoid deep frying or boiling your vegetables. For fruit, also eat multiple fruits with different colored skin every day. Aim to eat fruits matching each color stripe in the rainbow over the course of the week if they are seasonally available. When fruits are not in season, choose frozen fruits without added sugars. And be sure to include apples and berries frequently. Whole grains, such as oatmeal, brown rice, bulgur wheat, millet, and quinoa, can be cooked in large batches for convenience that you can use in different ways throughout the week, such as hot cereals, as a side dish, in a salad or a bowl. With your proteins, include plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and legumes frequently throughout your week. If you choose to eat fish and seafood, include that up to 3 times in a week. Limit red meat to 2 or 3 times a week, being sure to consume under 18 total ounces in a week. And dairy foods like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent protein sources. If your diet is high in fat sources like meats and oils, you will want to consume low-fat or fat-free dairy products. Also, remember to avoid processed meats and consume those on less than a weekly basis. On the screen now, you will see 4 sample plates that illustrate what a plant-based diet might look like in practice. We have the American Institute for Cancer Research's New American Plate. This is the flagship cancer risk reduction plate. We also have My Plate, which is the United States Department of Agriculture guidance on balanced meals and healthy eating. We have the Harvard Healthy Eating Plate, which is similar to My Plate but with added caveats to really help us make our best choices. And we have the plate method for diabetes management. This is really similar to the prior examples, but we're paying attention to keeping our carbohydrate-rich items to only a quarter of the plate, and this is for people with diabetes to help keep blood sugar within target ranges.